Samsung has just launched its latest flagship lineup, the Galaxy S25 series, and to the relief of many, all three models come packed with Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. If you've been following Samsung's history, you know that its in-house Exynos processors haven't exactly had the best reputation. Over the years, Exynos has consistently lagged behind Snapdragon in performance, battery efficiency, and even heat management. So, when Samsung decided to go all in on Qualcomm this time, fans were understandably thrilled. But here's the interesting part. Samsung didn't abandon Exynos just because of its past performance struggles. The real reason was money. The Exynos 2500 was supposed to power at least some models in the S25 lineup, but Samsung hit a major roadblock. The yield rate of its 3nm fabrication process was too low. In simple terms, manufacturing enough Exynos 2500 chips at a profitable scale wasn't feasible. Producing these chips was costing more than it was worth, so Samsung had no choice but to go with Snapdragon across the board. While this was great news for consumers who prefer Qualcomm, it also meant that Samsung's chip-making division took a serious hit. But instead of giving up on Exynos entirely, Samsung is doubling down on fixing its issues, not just on the performance side, but also on the production efficiency of its next-generation 2nm fabrication process. Samsung has now formed a special task force dedicated to two critical missions. First, fixing the performance issues of Exynos chips so they can compete with Qualcomm and MediaTek, and second, improving the yield rate of its 2nm fabrication process, SF2, to make it a viable option for future flagship smartphones. If this plan works, we could see Exynos make a comeback in the Galaxy S26 series, replacing the upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite 2. That would save Samsung a ton of money because using in-house chips is always more cost-effective than licensing from Qualcomm. But here's the thing, people aren't exactly excited about Exynos making a return. Samsung will have to prove that Exynos can finally match or even beat Snapdragon, and after years of disappointment, that won't be easy. If Samsung succeeds in making its 2nm fabrication process efficient and reliable, the benefits extend far beyond just Exynos. The company could attract major third-party clients like AMD, Nvidia, or even Apple, strengthening its position as a global chip manufacturer. According to reports from Korea's FN News, the Exynos 2600 and its 2nm fabrication process are already showing better yield rates compared to the disastrous Exynos 2500 and its 3nm counterpart. This means Samsung might finally be turning a corner. However, this could be Samsung's last real chance to make Exynos relevant again. If the Exynos 2600 fails to impress, Samsung might have no choice but to stick with Qualcomm for good. At the end of the day, it all comes down to consumer trust. After years of being burned by Exynos shortcomings, will people be willing to give it another shot? Or will Samsung's decision to bring Exynos back hurt its sales? It might also be possible that company would opt Exynos only for their lower variants like S26 and S26 Plus. If that happened, it still saves a lot money, and Samsung would be happy to go for that either. So, the real question is, would you trust Exynos again if Samsung promised better performance and efficiency? Or is it Snapdragon or nothing for you? Let us know it down below in the comment section. With tech moving at lightning speed, attention is already shifting to what Samsung has in store for its 2026 flagship lineup, and if the latest leak is to be believed, Samsung is about to push the limits of smartphone displays even further. According to well-known tipster PandaFlash, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra could come with even thinner bezels than the already impressively slim S25 Ultra. If this turns out to be true, Samsung might just make history by delivering the first modern flagship slab phone with a hopping 7-inch display, all without increasing the phone's overall size. That means more screen real estate for gaming, streaming, and multitasking, while still keeping the device comfortable to hold. For some perspective, Samsung pulled off a similar trick with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The company managed to increase the display size to 6.9 inches without noticeably changing the phone's footprint from the previous Galaxy S24 Ultra. If they repeat this feat with the S26 Ultra, we could be looking at one of the biggest smartphone displays ever packed into a premium flagship device. It's a subtle yet impressive engineering feat, reducing bezels while keeping the design sleek and ergonomic. But the big question is, would that be enough to make you upgrade? Would a larger display and slimmer bezels make the Galaxy S26 Ultra worth the jump, or are you holding out for bigger innovations in battery life, camera tech, or A-powered features? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until next time, take care.